Next portion of getting you set up for learning in ELA actually applies to the majority of your classes. If you have a link that is in Schoology that forces you to make a copy of a document, it is really, really smart to make sure that you organize it in a way that makes sense. So since we just set up all of your Google Drive folders, we're going to practice making a copy and doing what you need to do to make sure that you can find it again. So what I'm going to do is over on the right, I am in our 7th grade ELA group. And so I want you to do exactly what I'm doing as I do it. Over on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on Resources. And in that Resources sections, you'll notice that our Getting Set Up for Learning folder is there. You may even already be in Resources to be able to see that. There is also a folder that's called The Value of Writing Well, and we want to make a copy of that document. So I'm going to click on The Value of Writing Well. And then the second thing that is here is actually our link. Now you'll notice for this assignment that there is a little infographic about how to annotate a text. There's also a PDF of the text, but for right now, what I want you to focus on is the second link, which is a Google document. When I click on that, it is automatically going to take me to a page where it asks me if I want to make a copy of the document. I'm going to click Make a Copy, and it's going to create that copy for me. The problem with just moving on and doing what I need to do now is that if I were to go back and look for this, it's not where I want it. It's just populated in all of the other Google Docs that I have. So I'm going to do a couple of things to make sure that I have the document and it's exactly where I want it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the words copy of, because it doesn't really matter that it's a copy anymore. I want to know that this is mine, the one that I'm working on. Okay. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my name. It doesn't really matter if you add your name at the beginning or the end. What matters is that when you know you added your name, you know that this is the document that I am currently working on. I'm just going to hit enter when I'm finished. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to move this document into my ELA folder. To do that, I need to click on this little folder, this grayed out folder here. And when I click on that, it's going to ask me what I want to do with this. So it automatically took me to my drive. If that doesn't work for me, I can go back and put it somewhere else. But for my drive, that's exactly where I want to be. I need to go all the way down and find, here's my Packard Ashley Phoenix folder. I'm going to click these little arrows to keep moving me forward. This is an assignment for writing. So I'm going to click that. And this belongs in Unit 1. So I'm going to click here. And then as soon as I'm where I want to be, which again, I can see the title right up here, I'm going to click Move Here, and I'm going to click OK. And when I'm done with this, I've actually organized my assignment in a way that makes sense. It's going to be exactly where I know it needs to be, which is going to help me to turn in my assignment on Schoology. It's going to help me to know exactly what document it was that I was working on. This is an expectation anytime that you make a copy of something from Schoology. Again, it's also an expectation that whenever you create a document, that you create it in the folder that it belongs in. And that is true for all of your classes.